What's going on, troopers? Welcome to the Trooper Transmission. And today we got my man Joe coming on to talk all things fitness, Star Wars, Fit Nerd Academy, and his experience training like a trooper. So, Joe, thanks for the time, man.
Yeah, glad to be here, Paul.
Awesome. So, take us back. This would have been early 2024 when you initially came across, I'm guessing, something on YouTube or something on Instagram. What was going
Yeah.
on in your life that inspired you to start making a change?
Well, yeah, I guess the first one I think I saw was on Facebook, when I saw the ads that you were running back then with the guy sitting on the couch and saying, "I don't got time. I don't got weights. I don't got that." And yeah, I always kind of felt the same way of, I'd picked up some weights, but never really made a space for 'em in my house. And, um, we had a gym at the job I was at the time, but, I'd gone down a couple times. Sometime past my past life, I've tried P90 or one of those P90X or something like that. And worked for a while, but wasn't something I ever really stuck with. So when I saw that, and, I'm a Star Wars junkie, and my whole family is, and workouts, I'm like, well, hey, maybe this is the thing I need to get me going again. This is what gets me back on that fitness track. Um, so I kind of keyed in and started watching the videos and started, really leaning into it.
And so, what was your experience in the first? I think you did the cadet series, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I did, cadet series, which I liked because it was, body weight only. So, I don't have to dig out the weights, don't have to find a place to put the weight bench yet, just make a small space and, kind of knock it out. And, I was surprised because, they were brief, short, workouts, 15 minutes. And I'm like, kind of had a doubt almost like, can I really see a difference with working out 15 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes a day at most? And at at the beginning, the pounds just started to fall off, as going through the cadet series. And when I realized there was, that much just doing it on my own with just minimal guidance from some of the videos I'd watched and some of the information you shared in terms of the like nutrition toolkits and all that, I'm like, I wonder if, I get more involved, how far can I take it?
Let's fast forward it then. We have a conversation about coaching and Fit Nerd Academy. Were there any concerns you had before signing up, or what was your thought process in going from, doing something free on YouTube to then really just like committing, getting guidance and joining the community?
Well, obviously anytime you go from something free to something costing, you're like, well, okay, am I going to get my money's worth? Is there something, um, what if I put this money in, am I going to see results? So
Yeah.
the cost was, a little bit of a scary factor. And then, but I said, once I decided to do it, we talked about it, and, made the commitment. There wasn't so much, it was fear of not necessarily not getting the results, but it was the fear of, kind of just what's going to happen. But, I fully embraced it of, now that I'm here and I'm doing this, let's get everything you can out of it. Try to take part in as many of the trainings, the Q&As, the community, and really, you know, get the value out of the time and make the most of it.
Yeah. And you've done a really good job of that. I would say we could say that maybe for keys to success, but you totally make reasonable for you to be like, I don't know what to expect. But then to say, all right, I know that I can latch on to trainings, resources, calls, right? And follow what's laid out there. I think you've done a really good job of just saying, all right, there's gold in those hills. I just got to take this pickaxe and just hammer here a little bit and then chink, out comes some gold. To that point, what would you say some of the biggest either things you've learned are, perspective shifts, or sometimes people just need to be reminded of something? What would you say the big things for you were?
Surprised at how easily adults could be motivated by Star Wars stickers. Might be one of them. You know, having I think that like-minded community, that tribe around you to support you in your goals. I had the discussion, and my wife's been super supportive here, but having that larger group where anytime you need it, you can get that bump. You did a workout and you're kind of dying, and you see everyone else did that same one. When we do a challenge, and there's that one workout that was just absolutely brutal in it, and you kind of commiserate together over that. So really kind of leaning into that was key to understanding that you're not alone on the journey, that you're really going to take that path, walk it together, and everyone's journey is slightly different. Some people are here to lose a ton, some people are just here to tone up, some people are here to build strength. uh, but we can all celebrate in each other's victories and help lift each other up when, the going's a little bit rough or, the results weren't quite where you're hoping for yet, but let them know that, "Hey, even though this journey is different, you're still on the path." And it's, you know, really working to build the habits, I think was one of the biggest things is, I've done it, I did this workout for so long, I trained for a Tough Mudder years ago. And once that happened, it kind of, okay, the motivation's gone, I stopped doing it. But this program has been a method of understanding habits, to the point of going on vacation and still doing workouts and finding ways to get my protein shake in and, keep my nutrition there. Um, and still being able to have a good time. It's not a, "Oh, man, I gotta do my diet while I'm on there." It's now part of life. That's the way I eat, and it's a healthier way to eat than what I've eaten before, and, now my body's better for it.
Yeah. And I'd say that's a great example of a qualitative win where you can't measure that, but that is something that you definitely experience on the qualitative and quantitative side. What would you say some of the biggest either changes you've noticed, results you've gotten, would have been some of the biggest wins for you over the last 3, 4 months?
Biggest wins is everything not fitting anymore, probably. We went on vacation a couple weeks back. I had to go get new swim trunks and gear for the beach. At the beginning of the year before I found, the workouts, I had gotten some new, pants for work and slacks and stuff like that, and, now they're almost to the point of falling off. And, even one that I had from before then, I was always kind of tight and, fit, but, on the tighter end of fit. And my wife was like, "It's looking kinda baggy on you." So, like, all those little ones. And then there was a week, felt like not a lot of people were noticing. And then there was a week where, like, 3 different people in a row were like, "Have you lost weight? Like, you look really good." And, that kinda motivating factor of, wow, it is showing. And even just starting to see it in the pictures. Like, I felt over the first few weeks, even though the pounds are coming off, I know in the trainings you've taught us, like, it starts on the, exterior. I've definitely seen it in my face looking at some older pictures, but, kinda seeing it in the body, you're kinda like taking the pictures, like, I don't see it. And then just the most recent one, I'm like, wow, it's, almost earth shattering. It's that whole, the scale is one thing, but there's so many other ways to see it. It's
Mm.
the comments, it's the clothes, it's, I saw a lot of those before I, saw it myself, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. And so between the cadet series and so far in the academy, what I think you said the total was like 45 down.
50 as of today. I, dropped 15 doing the cadet series, and as of today, I hit 35 down, while doing the academy.
Yeah, wow. So 50 pounds, and that would be in 7 months. So
Yeah.
that's pretty. It's I've seen that before. It's sustainable, but that's definitely on the higher end of
Mhm.
just I think it's just a testament to you being consistent, you diving in, you just following the process. And so that's remarkable. I want to applaud you for that. And anyone watching, we actually Joe and I talked about this on a group call, is just dream big, right? You can set out the goal of, oh, I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds or tone up a little bit, but why not set it at something that is scary, doesn't seem real? And if you just believe that it's possible and follow the path and get around people in the community or other people who have done it themselves, they're going to tell you, hey, it's totally doable.
Yeah, and I used to think it had to be just all cardio. I was I was afraid that, that my solution was I'm gonna start going back to the gym and using the treadmill and just at least go down there and walking because 'cause I'm burning calories. And I played football in high school and I did work, weight training then, but I didn't really think to add weight training in. And, truthfully, I've done, minimal cardio. I was getting my steps in and a couple, walking exercises as part of my program, but the vast majority has been weight training.
Yeah.
And
Have you ran any miles?
the only time was when we did the challenge where we had to get the 6-mile hikes in. And then, with my competitive self nature I have, I started, like, seeing how fast I could do them. So I started would run, like, the first mile of that, and then I'd walk a little bit. And but, you know, the first time I did that, even running into it, I'm like, I can't remember the last time I ran this long without needing a breather in between. Like, I got myself up to where I could run a mile or 2 before, and once I hit a certain groove, I do it, but I haven't done that in years, and I hadn't really trained. And then so I know the times I had, I'd maybe get a quarter mile, half mile, and the first time I went out there and started running, I was hitting, 3/4 a mile, first mile, and I'm still going, and I stop, and I'm not, like, heavy panting breathing. I'm like, I realize, a lot of it's there's not as much to carry around on the frame, but just the overall better health that I'm in, made it that much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So, I mean, yeah, I remember that the Order 66 marches. So outside of that, some marches, some hikes, but no running and
Yeah,
50 pounds down.
yeah.
Love it. I love it. For you and anyone who's, maybe looking to start, or if you were talking to your younger self and mentoring that person, or maybe if you're mentoring your kids, what would you say like the three keys to success are? The three things that if you get these right, you're going to move a big portion of the needle in the right direction.
First and foremost, kind of like we talked about, I think is, finding a group of like-minded people. The other ones will build off that, but having that group of people that support you is, I think, a huge way to be successful. Because you could start failing, a week or two in, you're like, you know what, I'm not seeing any results because that's the society we live in now. Like, oh, aren't the results instantaneous? Shouldn't I be able to drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks? Um, and so you kind of do that, but the people show, oh, hey man, no, that's awesome. You got gains. You're improving. That builds it there. So finding a group of like-minded people that want what you want can help you succeed and help you make great, achievements and great gains. Um, Second is, I think, consistency. Um, when you wake up when you're tired, uh, and you don't want to work out, or it's you say I'm going to do it. Okay, well I'll just do it at the end of the day, and then the end of the day comes and you're even more tired. Um, but that consistency of getting up there and making yourself do it even when you don't want to do it, is I had just had a day the other day where I didn't want to necessarily finish my workout, and I thought, what would Captain Rex do? He's like, good soldiers follow orders, and I said, I kind of skipped out on a little bit this the other day because I was tight for time, but I'm going to make the time today and get back into my full routine of what I'm doing. So consistency is, I think, what breeds it. Consistency in your workouts, consistency in your diet, um, is a huge factor in success. And third, have that mentality of the big goal. It's no one ever achieved great things by, dreaming small. We didn't say, "Hey, let's see if we can get ourselves outside the Earth's atmosphere." We said, "We're going to the moon." And what they do, they went to the moon. So have that goal. Years ago when I trained for a Tough Mudder, I was able to drop some weight and do it. And but then you hit that goal and you stop. But having that goal for yourself for life. The being able to walk my daughters down the aisle one day. That and well, how do you get there? Well, it's being fit, it's being in shape, being able to run around with my kids, take them on vacation and go for walks or go to an amusement park and not be, winded by noon and you're ready to go home. It's all those little things of, dream the big dreams of, make the big change in your life and don't be afraid to chase that goal, chase
Yeah.
that dream.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. Being there
Yeah.
for life's biggest moments, being consistent, get your community around you. Sometimes that community happens to be a bunch of people who have lightsabers and helmets, but it all counts towards community. Man, thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for the work and effort you've done, both for yourself and to lift other people up. It's been so cool seeing your transformation, but also just the little words of affirmation that you're able to deliver to other people. That is why I made this. And it's people like you that make it the flywheel spin. So just want to congratulate you on your success. And I'm excited to see what is still in store for you, man.
Yeah. Thank you. And like I said, I can't thank you enough for creating the program and bringing a group of nerds together that can just You know, um, a lot of times people think nerds, you think the guy with the taped up glasses, maybe a little bit overweight, sitting in, playing Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, or, watching their Star Wars movies inside. But, to build a community of strong, like-minded nerds, I think is something amazing. And, it's been worth every penny of the investment. It's changed my life and, be able to get down to a weight I haven't been since, 20 years ago, probably. And my wife's noticed, my kids have noticed, and it's just overall improved the quality of life. So can't thank you enough for, getting us nerds together and getting us on the path to, you know, for the Republic.
Or the Republic. That's awesome. Dude, we'll keep it up, man, and we'll watch your career with great interest.